Hey everyone, welcome to Timeless Trends. I hope you all had a fantastic New Year's celebration. I did, but I'm still a little full from all that holiday food. You know what they say, new year, new me, same love for delicious snacks, right? But enough about my questionable life choices. Let's dive into some history. Today, being the 3rd of January, we're going to journey back in time and uncover some of the most shocking events that occurred on this very day. From ancient Rome to the American Revolution, all the way to the 20th century, we'll see how seemingly ordinary days can be marked by extraordinary events. So buckle up, because we're about to embark on a whirlwind tour of history, and trust me, the last one will really make you think. Our first stop takes us back to the year 69 CE, to the heart of the Roman Empire. Imagine a world of gladiators, emperors, and enough political intrigue to make your head spin. It's in this tumultuous year, often called the Year of the Four Emperors, that we find ourselves on January 3rd. The aging Emperor Galba, who had only recently seized power himself, decided to name a successor, Lucius Calpurnius Piso Licinianus. Now you might think, okay, succession planning, pretty standard stuff for an emperor, but remember, this is ancient Rome we're talking about. Choosing an heir wasn't just about ensuring a smooth transition of power. It was a life or death decision, often sparking revolts, assassinations, and all sorts of chaos. And as you might have guessed, Galba's choice wasn't exactly met with universal acclaim. This decision, made on a seemingly ordinary January 3rd, added fuel to the already raging fire of Roman politics. It pushed the empire further into a spiral of uncertainty and violence, ultimately contributing to the downfall of not only Galba, but also the 3 other emperors who would rise and fall that same year. It's a stark reminder that even seemingly small decisions can have huge ripples throughout history. Fast forward now to the 18th century, to the midst of the American Revolutionary War. It's January 3rd, 1777, and the fledgling nation is struggling to find its footing against the might of the British Empire. General George Washington, the man who would become the father of the United States, is facing an uphill battle. The Continental Army is outmatched, outgunned, and facing dwindling morale. But on this chilly January day near the small town of Princeton, New Jersey, something remarkable happens. Washington, in a brilliant tactical maneuver, leads his forces to victory against a detachment of British troops. It's a relatively small victory in the grand scheme of the war, but its impact is anything but insignificant. The victory at Princeton reinvigorated the American spirit, proving that the ragtag Continental Army could stand toe-to-toe with the mighty British forces. It's a reminder that even in the darkest of times, a glimmer of hope can ignite a fire that changes the course of history. And it all happened on a day that might have otherwise been forgotten, a testament to the unpredictable nature of our past. Let's shift our focus now to the vast and untamed lands of early 19th century Texas. The year is 1823, and the Spanish Empire is loosening its grip on the region. Enter Stephen F. Austin, a man with a vision and a whole lot of ambition. He sees the potential of Texas and dreams of establishing a colony of American settlers in this fertile land. And on January 3rd, his dream takes a giant leap towards reality. The Mexican government, eager to populate and develop the sparsely inhabited territory, officially grants Austin permission to establish his colony. This seemingly bureaucratic act set in motion a chain of events that would forever alter the destiny of Texas. Austin's colony flourished, attracting waves of American settlers seeking new opportunities and a fresh start. But this influx of Americans, with their different cultures and ideals, also sowed the seeds of tension with the Mexican government, ultimately culminating in the Texas Revolution and Texas's brief period as an independent republic. It's a reminder that even seemingly insignificant events like the stroke of a pen on a government document can have far-reaching consequences, shaping the course of nations. Chapter 4. Now we find ourselves in the year 1925, a time of great social and political upheaval in Europe. The First World War had left deep scars, and nations were grappling with economic instability and social unrest. In Italy, a charismatic and ambitious leader named Benito Mussolini saw an opportunity to seize power. Mussolini, the founder of the National Fascist Party, had been steadily gaining influence, exploiting the fears and frustrations of the Italian people. And on January 3rd, he made a move that would plunge Italy into the abyss of fascism. In a dramatic speech to the Italian parliament, Mussolini declared himself dictator, effectively dismantling the fragile remnants of Italian democracy. His words sent shockwaves throughout Italy and the world, marking the beginning of a dark chapter in Italian history. Mussolini's dictatorship, with its suppression of dissent, glorification of violence, and ultimately catastrophic alliance with Nazi Germany, serves as a chilling reminder of the fragility of freedom and the devastating consequences of unchecked ambition. Chapter 5, 1959. 49 stars and a whole lot of cold. Let's take a break from the turmoil of 20th century Europe and journey to the other side of the world, to the vast and frozen landscapes of the far north. It's January 3rd, 1959, and the United States is about to get a whole lot bigger. After years of debate and anticipation, Alaska is officially admitted as the 49th state of the Union. This momentous occasion marked the culmination of a long and complex history between the US and this northern territory, one filled with exploration, purchase, and eventual statehood. The addition of Alaska, with its incredible natural resources, strategic importance during the Cold War, and stunning natural beauty, irrevocably changed the face of the United States. It expanded the nation's reach across the Arctic and ushered in a new era of exploration and development. Chapter 6, 1961. A diplomatic freeze. The year is 1961 and the Cold War is at its frostiest. The world watches with bated breath as the United States and the Soviet Union, armed with nuclear weapons and fueled by ideological differences, engage in a dangerous game of brinkmanship. In the midst of this global tension, a revolution had been brewing just 90 miles off the coast of Florida. Fidel Castro's communist government had seized power in Cuba, raising alarm bells in Washington. The US government, fearing the spread of communism in the Western Hemisphere, had been trying to find ways to undermine Castro's regime. And on January 3rd, tensions finally boiled over. The United States, citing the increasingly hostile actions of the Castro government, officially severs diplomatic ties with Cuba. This decision, made on a day that might have otherwise passed unnoticed, marked a turning point in US-Cuban relations. It ushered in an era of estrangement and mistrust that would last for decades, characterized by economic embargoes, failed assassination attempts, and the ever-present threat of conflict. Chapter 7, 2020. A world on fire. Now we find ourselves in more recent times to a day that many of us might remember all too well. It's January 3rd, 2020, and the world is grappling with the early stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. Fear and uncertainty grip nations as the virus spreads rapidly, upending lives and overwhelming healthcare systems. But as if this global health crisis wasn't enough, another disaster was unfolding on the other side of the world. In Australia, a nation known for its diverse wildlife and stunning natural beauty, bushfires of unprecedented scale raged across the continent. Fueled by drought, extreme heat and strong winds, these infernos consumed millions of acres of land, killing an estimated 1 billion animals and displacing countless more. The images of the fires, with their orange skies, fleeing wildlife and exhausted firefighters, served as a stark reminder of the devastating power of nature and the increasing threat of climate change. Well, there you have it, folks, a whirlwind tour of some of the most shocking events that occurred on January 3rd throughout history. Today, Friday the 3rd of January 2024, being the first weekend after a very long weekend that is the December holiday, I decided to lay back on my L-shaped couch and create this video for you. It's amazing to think how much history has unfolded on this seemingly ordinary day, from the tumultuous streets of ancient Rome to the battlefields of the American Revolution, from the expansion of the United States to the rise and fall of dictators, and from the depths of the Cold War to the unprecedented challenges of the 21st century. January 3rd has certainly witnessed its fair share of pivotal moments. Remember to press the like and subscribe buttons for more videos like this. See you in the next one.